So we get into those point guards. Last but not least, let's talk about the Eastern Conference. We've been in the West a lot, uh, and started off straight up. The Raptors and the fucking Pistons are on top of the Eastern Conference. Raptors are 7 straight wins in, 12-5 record, and the Pistons are 14-2, coming off of 12 straight. Pistons have beaten teams like the Celtics, 76ers, the Cavs, and the Bucks in their respective conference, and the Raptors have done the same. So, two questions for the Pistons. How do you feel about the Pistons and this team and their turnaround from last season, which they just went 2-28 to start the season off, versus and also how do you feel about Cade and his MVP ranking this season?
I mean, I like the Pistons, man. Like after last year against the Knicks in the playoffs, like they're young, they're scrappy. I want to see what they look like healthy. I also wish Beasley was still on this team and he didn't get caught gambling
What's
or
going on
whatever.
with that?
Because
Is he out the league right now?
he's out the league. He's not banned, but he's a free agent. Nobody picked him up. He never
Okay.
got arrested or anything like that. He can play, but he had $42 million in his hand, but he wanted to go gamble and he lost it. That's unfortunate.
Motherfuckers, man.
But yeah, Jaden Ivey, we haven't seen him in a minute for real.
Yeah,
Or
and he was coming into his waiver weight when he got injured too. So I like Jaden Ivey. I think he has
he
a
played
decent ceiling.
he played his first game 2 days ago. Had 10 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. First we've seen from Jaden Ivey in a long time. So I want to see how they look when he's healthy. I mean, they've been winning games without him already. They've been winning games without Malik Beasley as well. Lost him last year. So yeah, I mean, it's just a good jump. You know, they sucked 2 years ago, record losers, and now they're 14-2, first in the East. So I mean, wasn't on my bingo card. I'll tell you that
Yo,
much. The Pistons win in the East, but
if you
I
bet
mean,
that shit 2 years ago, bro, we'd probably be millionaires right now.
their only losses are to the Bulls, the first game of the year when the Bulls were on their super hot streak, and the Cavs.
And they proved that they could beat the Cavs already too, because they do have a win over them as well. So I like the Pistons. I think Cade Cade still has a lot of growing to do as a star in the league. So if I'm talking about his MVP ranking, uh, obviously I don't think it's his year. I don't think they even keep this up all year. I'd be surprised if the Pistons end up being like a. I want to say their ceiling this year is 50 wins, if even 50. I'll probably put them at 54 wins this season. If even, that's too close to 60. I don't know if they get that done, but I say max they get is 54 wins. And I feel like Cade will be top five, maybe fourth or fifth in MVP voting if they do that.
So if you had to put your money on it, you going over under 52 wins for the Pistons this year. Over under 52 and a half.
Is that what they're listed at?
No, that's that.
It's
I
a
just had that off
base
the dome. I just had
over
that off the dome.
under. Oh, man, I think realistically they're 48, 49,
I was thinking
50.
around 40.
Yeah. I had to put my money on it. If I want to become a winner, I'd go over. If I want to just place a safe bet, I'm gonna go safe bet and say under 52 and clock them at like 50, 51 for the season.
I like what the Pistons got going on for sure, but
50 and
I'm
22.
definitely I'm liking around 50 wins, maybe 49, 48. Um, I was talking about it earlier. They're the only team in the East with a positive record against the West right now. They beat Houston, Dallas, Memphis, Utah, so they're 4-0 against Western Conference teams. Obviously, we want to see some better Western
Yeah.
Conference teams,
I
beat
want to see the
Houston, but those
Spurs.
other three not great.
I want to see the Spurs. I want to see OKC, of course. OKC Pistons this year might be cinema. Oh, D.
Do you think that this team? I'm looking at both of their schedules, the Raptors and the Pistons. The Raptors beat the Cavs twice. Haven't played like the Knicks yet. The Detroit hasn't played the Knicks yet, and they have an L to the Cavs. So do you think like they can compete with the teams that we thought were gonna come in and just run the East?
I mean, well, it's a it's the least in conference for real this season. It's already weak, and then we're missing some major stars. So it's still a toss up. Now, for the Pistons, I think they could make a run in this East. And for the Raptors, I just don't know yet. I have to see a little bit more of them. Uh, we got a full court press podcast, fucking ESPN stat right here. But the Raptors got 3 players that are averaging at least 25 rebounds. Not my fault. 20 points, 5 rebounds, and at least 4 assists and a steal. You got a consistent starting lineup if all your guys, and then quickly comes in and gives you 15, 5 and 5. I don't know who their shooting guard is, but I think he was giving up 11.
Grady.
Grady was putting up like 11 and 2, 3 or something like that. So uh, I don't know. I got to see more of the Raptors to fear them. You know how it goes with the Raptors. It's just we got to see how Brandon Ingram looks midseason. We got to make sure Scotty stays healthy, RJ stays consistent, and we'll talk about the Raptors. I think the Raptors legit. They're sailing this season. I think they're like a 42, 43, maybe
Yeah.
41 win team.
Regardless of how good they do, I mean, I wasn't expecting them to start off the season this hot in the first place to even have 2 wins over the Cavaliers. You got to win over the Bucks while the Bucks were streaking. Rest of their opponents not really all that, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's that they have this record. I'm expecting them to come back down to earth and probably be around like a 5, 6 seed, maybe a playing team.
yeah,
If they
100%.
end up being good in the regular season, 2015 Hawks, that's their ceiling.
2015 Hawks is their ceiling.
No
Yeah.
LeBron. So who knows what y'all could do? The 2015 Hawks might have won a championship if there was no Bron. You never know.
Oh man, that team was gonna run into the Warriors though.
You're right. You're right. No championship. Maybe sniff one though. Maybe sniff one though.
Yeah, we got a
Get a
finals.
nice look at the ring.
Yeah, they'll smell the champagne.
Get
That's
a get a
about
little
it.
get a little whiff of the champagne walking back to the locker room.
Chris Bosh, 2012 Finals, champagne pour. Yo, yeah. I fully agree. If they end up being good, then the East is wide open. But I don't even know how they look in a series against. I think Giannis could take the Hawks the Raptors by himself. low key.
I don't like the Raptors against Detroit. They beat Cleveland twice. Still don't like them against Cleveland. A fully
Yeah,
healthy Miami team, I think, is giving them problems. A healthy Atlanta team, I think, is giving them problems. The
the
Knicks are
Knicks.
going to fry them.
The Knicks are gonna
The
fucking kill them.
Bulls are going to give them problems. The Sixers are going to give them problems. And we didn't get to no West teams.
Classic Raptors though.
The Suns are 11-6.
Yes, sir.
What did I miss?
Yeah. We had that. I forgot to mention that when we did our briefing too. Yeah, the Suns. Devin Booker's been hooping.
They beat the Spurs, no Wemby, Minnesota, Portland, Clippers twice in a row, San Antonio with Wemby. Right, I remember that. They held Wemby to like 9
9
points or something.
points. Mm-hmm. Somebody on the TikTok page tried to tell me that what I was arguing with somebody, bro. He was like Jay was like, name 5 players that remind you of Wemby. He said Bo, fucking Ralph Sampson. I said, bro, he told me I know Ball after bro, you just named Ralph Sampson, bro.
Ralph
Show
Sampson
me
reminds
Ralph
you of Wemby.
Sampson going coast to coast, tween.
I hate the Bol argument because there's a reason why Bol is not in the league.
Exactly, bro. If he wanted to be Wemby, he should have been Wemby. Come on now. He ain't gonna sit here and tell me every year. I'm tired of hearing what Bol could have been. Even when he got some minutes, he still wasn't that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought Bol had potential, but some teams just know some stuff we don't, bro. I remember when they rolled out Bol at point guard, and they had Bol, Jokic, a whole bunch of big men on the floor on the Nuggets.
Fucking Jason Kidd coaching, because what the fuck? I would never run Bol at point guard. You go in there for Ricky Rubio. Like what?
It was a crazy time. What's better, the point guardless Mavericks or the centerless Rockets? Wait, no. Point guardless Rockets or centerless Rockets? The point guardless Rockets.
What are we?
Like
Centerless Rockets.
Russell Westbrook and James Harden with no center,
They had
or
they had Capella.
they traded him mid-season, and they was running with PJ Tucker
Oh, I forgot about that. Why the fuck did they do that?
because they wanted no center. Mike D'Antoni and Danny Ainge thought they was revolutionary.
Mike D'Antoni needs to never be hired ever. I never understood why he had a job growing up. He was like Mike. Like there's certain coaches I just don't know why they ever had a job. Like Mike Brown.
What
Even though
Mike Brown do?
Mike Brown early on was nasty. 60-win Cavs team, some Spurs action. Mike Brown as an assistant coach, I think is very good. But he fucks your team up when he becomes your head coach. He was the Nets head coach for a little while, the Knicks head coach for a little while, Cleveland action. We're hearing talks. He could have been. No, I don't know. The Sacramento, Sacramento, their culture was pretty lit with Mike Brown over there. Still did nothing. I don't know. I just don't like Mike Brown. Maybe it's the
It
way
was
he
lit for like a
looks.
year.
Maybe it's the way he looks. I never like Mike Brown. I'm glad Doc Rivers isn't coaching too much anymore. Is he?
I
Is he
mean, yeah,
coaching?
he the Bucks coach, bro.
Oh man, I thought they got him out of there when they got. Yo, he's still coaching.
You remember I forgot dude's name. They had some guy who literally they were like, he's not really a well-known coach, but we gonna let him rock. And the
And then they just
defense was,
replaced him, right?
yeah, they were winning too. I didn't understand it. They was winning hella games. They brought in Doc and it was mid.
And it became beyond mid. Yeah.
I was like, I guess like firing a guy for Doc Rivers is definitely a choice that you can make for sure.
Yo, Doc Rivers hasn't done anything since 2008, bro.
Yo, he clinging onto that old Celtics ring for dear life, bro. How
Bro,
many 3-1 leads you gotta blow before your credibility out the window,
that
though?
whole team is delusional, bro. Paul Pierce still can't believe the fact that he's not one of the fucking best small forwards of all time, but he walks around like he's fucking Julius Irving. I swear
Paul
to
Pierce said he
God.
better than D Wade. I knew that's when he was off the rocker.
Yeah. Yeah,
No
that was
disrespect to Paul
crazy.
Pierce, but like
No, all disrespect
no
to Paul
DR to Paul
Pierce.
Pierce. Paul Pierce, you a bucket, my guy. You a bucket. Play some great defense. If we talking about top small forwards, we got Bron, KD, Larry Bird. They all going to lunch, and you're probably the doorman type shit. You feel me?
Doorman.
Yeah, you
Paul
probably like the
Pierce?
valet. You feel me? Like type
Paul
shit.
Pierce, if they at lunch, Paul Pierce, if everybody's sitting down at the table, we have all the greatest small forwards sitting down at the table. Okay. That's how I feel. We can have LeBron, Julius Irving. I don't like Paul Pierce at all.
KD.
KD, Larry Bird, Andre Kirilenko, Larry Johnson, Carmelo Anthony. We can let's fucking invite Elgin Baylor, Hal Greer,
Shit, throw me Tatum in there.
Tatum, Sidney Moncrief. You could put them all at the table. Paul Pierce would be Dr. J Spoon at the table. Not even a person. He'd be Dr. J Spoon.
Dr. J, I said you driving valet or you the doorman, you seeing people. He said you're Julius Irving's.
Dr. J, he's old now too, so he'd be shaking and shit, lifting up Paul Pierce to go get his clam chowder. Paul, come on, Paul. Come on, Paul.
And that's this week's episode of the Full Court Press Pod, yo.